Who is the best right now? Personally, for me, my dad said Teofimo. He thinks Teofimo's the best. I disagree with my dad. I think, and I know you guys are going to say he hasn't fought the best people, but I think Terence Crawford is the best. I think Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world right now. Because nobody, even though you can say he hasn't fought anybody, let's play a quick game of trivia. Who was the last fighter to go 12 rounds with Terence Crawford? Who did it? Do you know, Pops? Who was the last opponent that Terence Crawford fought that went 12 rounds with him? Do you know?
No, I don't think, no.
Someone in the comments let me know. Who was the last opponent that went 12 rounds with Terence Crawford? And how long ago was it?
That one,
I'll wait for the answer. I know the answer, but I'll wait for the answer from someone. Since everybody in the comments is a boxing expert, I need to know this.
People go Google
There's
it
your
right
answer.
now.
That's the correct answer.
Postal.
Victor Postal, 2016. It's been 5 years since Terence Crawford went 12 rounds. 5 years. I know you can say he hasn't fought the best names. Understandable. Fair argument. He hasn't. For whatever reason, he hasn't. But like everybody's talking about Canelo. Everybody's talking about Canelo, right? And Canelo is a great fighter. Let's not get that twisted. But Canelo, he's not on no 8-fight knockout streak. He hasn't gone 5 straight years knocking everybody out. That hasn't happened like that.
Well, when you fight garbage cans, it doesn't matter. Nothing to worry about all that. But I just think that what I like about Crawford, I just think he just, for some reason, it's just my own opinion, I think he's just getting blackballed for whatever reason. Honestly, what else could it be? I mean, the guy goes in there.
I'm just saying, Terence Crawford hasn't went the full 12 rounds. I know you guys are saying that he went to the 12th round with Benavidez, but I'm saying nobody the last 5 years. And he's he's fought different kinds of styles. He's fought tall fighters, sluggers, brawlers, boxers. He's getting them all out of there. All of them. He's doing it from the orthodox stance. He's doing it from the southpaw stance. If you really know about boxing, like the actual sweet science of boxing, how on God's green earth could you say that Canelo Alvarez is better than Terence Crawford? How?
Oh, shit.
At what? It can't be fighting.
Yeah, he hasn't been. Oh, shit, yeah. Hey, thinking about that with top ranked Bob Fowler, how do you feel about that? If Teofimo is signed with him for 3 years, but he technically can do whatever he wants also. He's still there with the Bob Fowler. At the same token, you got Crawford also isn't that stable. And eventually, I think he should up and go too. What the hell is he going to do sitting there?
I think because of what happened with the whole Triller situation, I really believe that we're going to see every fighter try to go to purse bid now as much as possible.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to get on their knees and pray that Triller comes that $6 million stack. It's like, bang, pay up.
Well, it's like with when the players go on free agency. What's that called when they go to a mediator? Arbitration shit. What's called? The same thing. You want to get caught short.
I got to answer my man, I like He keeps me on my toes. He says, let me get this right. You think Terence Crawford is number one and you say Canelo has a worse resume. That is insane. Well, he does. Honestly, I'm going to actually say you're right. He does have a worse resume than Canelo Alvarez. He hasn't beaten the names that Canelo's beaten. But you know what? He's dominating. The guy. The way he's dominating his opponents. There is no like controversial fights. Like Pops, how like normally with most fighters, you can say, okay, well, he has a great resume, but I thought he lost that fight. That was controversial. You can't do that with Terence Crawford because nobody competes. Nobody competes with Terence Crawford. Name me one fighter in boxing. I don't care what weight class. I can think of a fighter who has like no controversial fights. Even Cholatito Gonzalez. Some people think. I mean, I don't think it was controversial. Some people think Estrada and Quadras beat him, which is ridiculous. But he doesn't have those. He doesn't have those.
And one thing I like about Crawford, he's got the dog in him, baby. He got the dog in him.
And the thing is this, right? Canelo's still 30 years old. How many fights he got?
Yeah.
How many fights he got? Like 50 something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
People are going crazy because they're saying Canelo has to come undisputed. Crawford already did that.
Yeah.
He already did it. Well, what are you talking about?
What's he gonna prove?
Come on, man.
Exactly. Listen, you can't. You're gonna have some bad dreams tonight. Because if you keep talking to us, I don't know. Maybe we'll make you a believer.
Brandon Lentz says he personally thinks Errol Spence will brutalize Crawford for 12 rounds to a 12-round UD based on a stiff jab. And it's possible. It is. Hopefully we get to see that fight at some point in time. But that's another just for another day. I'm just talking about the level of dominance Terence Crawford's had. The things Canelo is trying to do, that people are going crazy about, Terence Crawford already did it. He won undisputed. He cleared out. He won all the belts. He did that already.
Yeah. Then he came up here to 147 and beat the shit out of people here, and nobody wants a piece of him. What do you think about this is about what's the name, Porter not taking that fight for $2 million?
Look, man, I was talking to somebody recently about this. I was talking about it, and like it's hard for me to really believe in my heart of hearts. Like, even though we talk trash, we have fun, it's hard for me to believe in my heart of hearts that that Sean Porter would duck anybody. Like, it's hard for me to really accept that. So I'm gonna give Porter, if there's a fighter in the welterweight division that I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt, I'll give it to him. I believe the fight will happen. I just think he's playing hardball.
Yeah, because you said something about, you mentioned to me that he fought somebody else for $2 million, but he won't fight. He didn't want to fight Crawford for $2 million or something like that. When we were talking, you told me something. I can't remember the whole point that you were telling me, but it was something like that, saying Sean Porter fought somebody for $2 million, but he won't fight Crawford.
That's true. Well, no. To be fair to Porter, though, when he fought Spence, it was on pay-per-view, so he had back end money as well with the $2 million. So he made more than $2 million.
Right.
But like, I just want to see Crawford fight someone that people want to see him fight, a top fighter, because listen. As far as the eye test goes, there's really not many fighters, if any, in boxing better than Terence Crawford. There isn't.
What do you think about Virgil Ortiz? Too young to fight Crawford?
Against Crawford?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think it's gonna happen, because I don't think Golden Boy will allow that to happen. But if it could happen, make it happen. It's a great fight. We get to see how good Virgil Ortiz is, stepping up to fight, arguably the best fighter in the world in Terence Crawford, and then we get to see Terence Crawford in there with, in my opinion, best fighter he's ever fought. Maybe potentially. I mean, I don't know. Virgil hasn't been tested yet, but potentially.
Right. I mean, I know this year's supposed to be a big year for him also. For Virgil Ortiz, for sure.
Bro, look, how can you say it's madness? Me and you have been arguing back and forth about Canelo being undisputed, this, that, and the third. Freaking Terence Crawford been undisputed years ago. He did that already. What you're gassing Canelo up for trying to do? Terence did it. That's a fact. You're saying I didn't present any facts? That is a fact. That is not me hating. If you don't believe me, there's a picture on Google. There's a website called Google, and they have this feature called Google Images, and you can type in Terence Crawford undisputed, and you can clearly see a picture with him with all the belts. All right.
I mean, at the end of the day, this guy seems dumb. Got his feelings hurt. I'm gonna pray for you, though.
Pray for him.
Pray for you. Well, I pray hard for you, because I'm not hating on you. I just want to see you continue going back and forth. It's like a woman. You constantly tell her something, and they want to argue the point constantly. They don't shut up.
Yeah,
is that
I
what
agree.
You're doing?
Brandon Lynn says Bob and Oscar discussed an Ortiz Crawford fight this. Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, if that could happen, that'd be great, because I think they both could benefit from that fight, and Terence could gain some more fans. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Virgil, I know he should beat Maurice Hooker, but you can never look past any opponent. So he got to take care of Maurice Hooker first before we talk about anything else.
Right. I mean, that's gonna be enough good fight too, right there.
No, see, you're not a good listener. You're saying I literally looked in the camera and I told you Canelo has a better resume than Crawford. But I told you that Terence Crawford, I told you it doesn't matter, because Terence Crawford in his level of dominance is like far superior to everything Canelo's doing. And on top of that, you're saying this, that, and the third about Canelo going undisputed when Crawford already did it. Okay? He's not like Terence Crawford. He's not gonna. He doesn't ever gotta try to be an undisputed champion again in the rest of his career. Want to know why? Because if he dies right now, he will be referred to as Terence Crawford, former undisputed champion. Something Terence Crawford, something that Canelo Alvarez isn't right now. He might become that. He should become that, because he's better than all the guys that have belts in his weight class. But Terence Crawford is already that. So that's a fact.
But for him to make his legacy better, even if he became undisputed in that weight class, move up and fight these other big guys, Bivol and all these other guys in the other weight class. That would just make his resume legacy a lot better if he just did that. Seriously. Yeah. But whatever.